Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, SUNY Oswego is hosting its first prom. Who organized the event and the wholesome reason behind it?
Plus, the countdown to the Addams Family is here, what the actors are saying about the show, and how they are putting a twist on some famous characters.
And MCC's The Space got a new name and purpose. What it is and more coming up.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Hazel Montalvo.
And I'm Amani De La Cruz. Thank you for joining us.
SUNY Oswego Student Association and Auxiliary Services, in collaboration with the African Student Organization, to hold a Laker Gala tonight in the Sheldon Hall Ballroom. Here's a live look at the festivities happening tonight. The gala, also being called a prom, is aimed at students who missed out on their high school prom due to COVID-19 pandemic.
This is Oswego's first ever prom event on this scale. WTOP-10 was there and got an interview with two students about their thoughts on this prom replacing the one that got canceled their senior year.
To be able to have a prom 4 years later, as I'm about to graduate college, is full circle, so I'm finally getting to have that experience.
But I'm happy that we get to share this experience with everyone else, you know?
The event was free for students and includes food, drink, photo booths, a 360 camera, and of course, dancing.
The new Laker Lounge, formerly known as The Space, has been both renamed and repurposed. Laker Lounge underwent renovations based on student feedback and now is a comfortable space for students to gather. Filled with sofas, vending machines, and a prayer room, the lounge has a lot to offer. Students can access Laker Lounge via campus ID every day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The Laker Lounge can be found in MCC basement below Sweatman Gym.
SUNY Oswego's theater program is taking a spin on the Addams Family on April 16th. Student performers say they enjoy the challenge to take such known characters and shine their very own light on them. Tatiana Kopp, who played Wednesday Addams, says she is, quote, a bubbly person and had to be reminded several times to not smile on stage, as her character tends to not smile too often. Cameron and Ian, who played Morticia and Gomez, sat down with WTOP to talk about their roles in the show as well.
I'm happy I met and became close with a lot more people throughout this show and just gaining all these new experiences, and I'm just really excited to see the final result because it's going to be amazing. So
I'm very proud of the growth that we've accomplished. You know, starting out, we had our sing-through, which was so much fun, but seeing the entire cast grow with the show has been really rewarding.
If you're a fan of the series or curious about the darker sides of life, the Addams Family musical is for you. Step into the world of the Addams Family starting on April 16th.
Former Oswego prosecutor Sarah Knickerbocker was arrested and charged with first-degree vehicle assault Wednesday. The arrest was made following a car crash caused by drunk driving in Clay that injured both her and an 18-year-old. She was charged with an aggravated DWI, blood alcohol, the level being of 0.08% of 1%. or more alcohol, along with driving intoxicated, moving from lane to lane, having no seatbelt on, and failure to keep right according to court documents.
Police say 22-year-old Juan Hernandez stole 2 boats from the Hudson River Thursday morning. He stole a decommissioned fire boat at the 2:30 a.m. from Pier 62, then took the boat and traveled half a mile where the boat got stuck. He then jumped into the water and proceeded to steal another boat from Pier 51. He traveled another half mile where he was then taken into custody by police on 2 accounts of grand larceny auto.
Squatters have become an unbearable issue for tenants and homeowners. The common phrase squatters' rights is no longer applicable as Queens Democrats seek to clarify and announce squatters have no rights in New York. Since the pandemic, housing court cases have been backed up, which led to an influx in people squatting or living in homes illegally without paying. Queens landlord Dr. Young told New York One on Wednesday that trying to evict a squatter cost her family over $100,000 and 6 months in court.
In other news, the weather today has been crazy.
I agree. It was sunny this afternoon and now it's pouring rain.
Let's take a quick look at the weather with Team 10 storm meteorologist Evan Beardron.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it was a quite rainy day or way to end your day today. And right now, it's still raining, so we're still in that wet pattern as we start April. And along with that wet pattern, we're also in that milder pattern. I mean, temperatures right now at 60 degrees at 9 p.m. and temperatures are not going to go down too much as we go through the overnight hours. Kind of have a stranglehold on the warmness and the mild air over much of New York State and the East Coast. I'll have more on my full forecast coming up after the break, but first, back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up on WTOP-10 Nightly News, the debate on abortion is raging on. We have an update on the outrage being shown after the Arizona State Supreme Court decision.
But first, it was a case that captivated the country. We'll have a brief look back at the life and legacy of O.J. Simpson.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one. Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Welcome back to WTOP. I'm Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Evan Beardron. Like I said before the break, we're kind of in that milder pattern now, and that's not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. So we could probably say goodbye to those colder temperatures. And looking outside right now, much of the area is in the 60s still. This late at night, past sunset. I mean, besides Cortland, just below 60 degrees, much of central New York is still in those 60s, and it's only going to drop a couple degrees overnight tonight into the upper 50s. So a nice way to start your morning tomorrow in the upper 50s. But looking at our precipitation outlook, you notice further west, there's a lot of drier air. That's where more of that dry air is going to be staying as high pressure dominates much of the upper plains. But notice near us, we have a lot of green to our south. That's going to be feeding a lot of these storms to keep passing through our area into the weekend, into also next week. But first, looking at tonight, rain showers, temperatures, and again in the upper 50s, not much of a wind. So temperature or wind chill is not going to be a factor at all. But that rain is going to be sticking around all throughout the night into tomorrow morning. And so looking at your hourly forecast for tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m., 58 degrees. And then around 12 p.m., a cold front is going to move through, dropping temperatures into the lower 50s and also bringing windy showers along with that. By 3 p.m. around afternoon time, we're going to notice some scattered showers across much of the area before we get to 9 p.m. after sunset, where a lot more widespread rain showers are to be expected. And so look at the next 3 days. Here's all the showers that's going to be coming here tomorrow behind this cold front. Moving into Saturday, low pressure moves near Boston, New England. Showers still around the area, but notice that high pressure off towards our west. That's going to be sticking north into the weekend, throughout the weekend. And then we also have our next round of precipitation behind this warm front, bringing temperatures back up, but also with more rain. And so how much rain are we supposed to get? much of central New York is going to be sitting in the about half an inch to an inch range, and then much of the rest of the area is going to be sitting in that quarter to half an inch range. So tomorrow, 59 gusty showers into the weekend. Rain showers, temperatures dropping into the 40s, but then rebounding back into the 50s. Monday, temperatures again back into the upper 50s. Some sun on Monday, but as you go through midweek next week, clouds returning to our area on Tuesday. Wednesday, more rain, but temperatures in the mid-60s. That's all for my forecast. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Evan. Infamous NFL player and cultural icon turned accused killer O.J. Simpson has passed away at the age of 76. O.J.'s family announced his passing on social media, saying he lost his battle with prostate cancer surrounded by loved ones. O.J. Simpson's life played out on TV in front of several generations, from the 1995 trial for the killing of his ex-wife and friend to the 2007 arrest in Las Vegas for kidnapping and armed robbery. For the latter case, O.J. went to jail and was released on parole 9 years later.
Georgia's Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones is being investigated for his alleged role as a fake elector in connection to the 2020 election. The state prosecutor says he is looking into if Jones violated the law to help former President Trump overturn in state's 2020 election results. Jones, who was a state senator at the time of the election, issued a statement saying he is happy to see the investigation move forward, is ready for a quick resolution.
As the debate on abortion continues across the U.S., Republican lawmakers in Arizona are paving a path for a more near-total abortion ban to take effect in the state.
This is despite calls from Democrats, and at least one very prominent Republican, Cole Higgins, has the latest.
Chaos on the floor of the Arizona House of Representatives Wednesday as Republicans block an effort to repeal a near-total ban on abortion in the state.
All in favor of that motion, vote aye. Aye. All opposed, vote no. Ayes have it, so ordered.
The dramatic scene comes just one day after the Arizona Supreme Court ruled on Tuesday that an 1864 law banning nearly all abortions except when necessary to save a pregnant person's life is enforceable. The law carries a prison sentence of 2 to 5 years for abortion providers, making it one of the strictest laws in the country and solidifying abortion as a key issue in this year's elections. Former President Donald Trump is already shifting on a position he announced Monday that abortion should be left to the states, promising that Arizona's Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs would take care of it, quote, very quickly.
I'm sure that the governor and everybody else are going to bring it back into reason.
Meanwhile, with the abortion ban set to take effect in the coming weeks, it's the people of Arizona who are searching for answers.
They're confused. There's a lot of chaos. People want to know just how long we're going to be able to provide services. Like I said, we're very, very focused on ensuring that Arizonans have access for as long as we are legally able to provide access.
I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
As the fight rages on, voters in Arizona may ultimately have the final say on the issue of abortion.
Supporters of abortion rights say they've gathered enough signatures to have a measure enshrining the rights to an abortion on the ballot this November. Archaeologists in southern Italy are uncovering stunning paintings from the ruins of Pompeii. The paintings are of mythological characters, along with walls painted black and decorated with characters associated with the Trojan War. Pompeii was buried under ash and volcanic glass during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in the year 79 AD. Since the 1700s, archaeologists have been unearthing the city that has been frozen in time.
When WTOP-10 returns, inflation takes a toll on all prices, but in one area in particular, where you can expect rate increases.
But first, with tax season upon us and tax day coming up, scammers are trying to put their all into trying to get personal information, how they're doing it, and how to prevent being scammed. Coming up after the break.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one. Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. It's time for your health report. Oswego Health is holding a job fair on Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. They are hiring for all positions and are inviting people interested in working in the healthcare field to come to the fair. Oswego Health is even offering tuition assistance and on-the-job training to aid incoming employees. There are walk-in interviews and hospital tours for various positions. For any questions, email hr@oswego.health.org. New Yorkers are being warned against attempting to touch wildlife after bird flu was found in several birds in a Manhattan park. Wild geese, a peregrine falcon, a red-tailed hawk, and a chicken in Marcus Garvey Park have all been tested positive for bird flu. The CDC says there is no sign of bird flu spreading to people at this time, but the bird flu has been recorded in 12 flocks of birds across 7 states and in some domestic poultry. This has been your health report. Now back to the desk with Amani for the Consumer Report. Amani?
Thank you, Hazel. Tax day is less than a week away, meaning many Americans are expecting tax refunds to come in within the next several days. This leaves space for potential scammers to try to steal people's information. The IRS warns Americans to be on high alert for new scams. Reporter Jen Sullivan has more.
It's the time of year where Americans are filing their taxes and waiting for a possible refund, and scammers are seizing on an opportunity to make some money of their own. The IRS is warning taxpayers to watch out for fake letters asking recipients to provide personal information to receive an unclaimed refund. These letters even have the IRS letterhead to make them look legitimate.
When those bad actors borrow the name and the legitimacy of that government agency, we tend to trust that, and especially when you're talking about the IRS.
Eva Velasquez is the president and CEO of Identity Theft Resource Center, a nonprofit that provides resources to victims of scams. She says advancing technologies like AI is making it easier for fraudsters to target people.
They are getting much more sophisticated.
The amount of money lost to scams have gone up 14% in the last year, according to recent data from the Federal Trade Commission. 2.6 million people reported being scammed, with consumers losing more than $10 billion.
People are being lied to, and they believe those lies because of the limited amount of experience that we have.
The IRS says they'll never contact taxpayers by email, text, or through social media for a bill or tax refund. If you do get a letter in the mail, double-check the phone number and make sure it matches the number on the IRS.gov website. And if you do think you've become a victim of a scam, report it to authorities, including the IRS or law enforcement or the Federal Trade Commission. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
As technology gets better, scams become more sophisticated. Always double check information to ensure you are giving your information in a safe and secure manner. Mortgage rates are still increasing along with inflation numbers. Rates are up to 6.88%. compared to 6.25 this time last year. Rates are remaining steady but are slowly increasing as inflation takes a toll on prices. Inflation is higher than expected for this time of year and may cause rates to rise further. Economists said aren't expecting mortgages rates to fall below 6% this year. Coming up in sports, we have Nazir Miko. Nazir, can you give us a look?
Thank you, Imani. Coming up in sports tonight, we have pro contract signings, golf opening day, and more after the break on WTOP-10.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Good evening, I'm Nasir Miko and welcome back to WTOP-10. Big news in Lakers men's hockey for you today, with 2 Oswego seniors signing professional contracts. Shane Bull signed with the Adirondack Thunders of the East Coast Hockey League, based out of Glen Falls, New York, the ECHL affiliated of the New Jersey Devils. AJ Ryan signed with the Birmingham Bulls of the Southern Professional Hockey League, where they have already a clinched spot in the SPHL playoffs. Ryan is leaving Oswego on a career-high 13-point season, and Bull is leaving Oswego with 84 points after 3 seasons for the Lakers. The men's lacrosse team played Cayuga College at home, and reporter Lucas Marquise has the full report.
The Oswego men's lacrosse team won their game against Cayuga College here at the Lakers Surf Stadium. The Lakers dominated the entire game, having a 10-goal advantage, with the score ending 14-4. The Lakers were perfect in attack and in defense. It didn't take long for the Lakers to open the score with less than 2 minutes into the match. And by the end of the second period, the game was practically over, with a 5-goal advantage for the Lakers. 2 players that went outstanding last night are Coney O'Connor and Max Brodman, scoring 9 of the 14 goals. And with this win, the Lakers increased their winning streak to 7 games after a rough start of the season.
The Lakers' next game is Saturday against Plattsburgh on the road at 1 p.m. We have Lucas now in the studio with us. Lucas, can you tell us more about the next match?
Thank you. The Lakers are in an amazing season with 7 win streaks, while the Cardinals are coming from 3 consecutive losses.
Okay.
So I think the Lakers are going to win this game and maintain the unbeaten season Suniek.
Okay. Thank you. In pro sports today marks the opening day of the Masters tournament. The golfers were scheduled to tee off at 8 this morning, but didn't start till 10:30 because of a rain delay. Golf fans were in at 9:30 ready to watch Spaniard John Ram defend his green jacket. Tiger Woods, who is a 5-time tournament winner, is also back, fighting for his sixth, saying he's still capable after recent injuries that kept him off the green. Scottie Scheffler and Rory McIlroy are also both strong contenders to win the championship this year. The University of Iowa announced the retiring of jersey number 22, formerly worn by college women's basketball star Caitlin Clark. During Iowa end-of-season celebration is when the athletic director Beth Gotez made the announcement, saying, "We always knew your jersey would be hanging in the rafters." Clark is the all-time leading scorer in the NCAA men's women divisions. Clark says she's thankful for her years and is now heading off to the WNBA. A common occurrence lately with the Suns, the Clippers, James Harden and Kawhi Leonard and Russell Westbrook both missing all out with injuries. A close game to start the night, but Booker scoring to tie the score at 15-15. A tie was broken by Booker with an open three, putting the Suns in the lead with 18 points. The Clippers return with an easy dunk from Bones Highland, pushing KD out the way. Highland comes back with a three-point shot, showing off his skills to give the Clippers a 3-point lead. Royce O'Neal drives to the paint to pass back to Bradley Beal, showing why he wears the number 3, bringing the Suns to 31. Bradley Beal saying he's not just a shooter, but a force to be reckoned with, putting another 2 up in the paint, ending his night with 34 points. Later in the second quarter, Highland steals a pass from Beal, making a full-court run for an easy layup to close the 7-point gap. But to end the half, Highland pulls up for a 3 with 2 seconds left, giving the Clippers a 1-point lead, making the score 55-56. Highland ending his night with 37 points. We'll be right back after the break. I'm Nasir Miko, and thank you for listening to WTOP-10.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one. Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
This week's pet of the week is Simon.
This panther lookalike is actually the opposite of stealthy. Simon is extremely chatty and very playful.
Anything is a toy and everything must be talked, or rather meowed about. He loves scratching carpets.
Simon is great with other cats, and children so he would fit well into a family, although it is unknown how he is with dogs.
You guys should head on over and adopt Simon.
That's our report for tonight. Good night.